I actually started doing tattoos in 2008, but when I was in the county for them 18 months, I learned a little bit more because I was actually picking and all that stuff. So it kind of helped me out going to jail.
Let's talk about how you did your first tattoo, which was just basically a joke, right?
Right across the street at Strong on Ink. It was some girls that came in, they wanted a tattoo, and he was like, all right, cool. So he was gonna draw it all up and everything. So they was like telling him what he wanted. He told them the price, and they was like, see, that's the thing, we don't got no money. He was like, so how you was gonna pay for it? They was like, we was gonna ask you to do it for free. And he was like, oh, hell no, the homie do it for free. And they was like, who? And they was like, him, the homie Dirtbag. So then they looked like, oh, you do tattoos? I was like, yeah, I do tattoos, playing around with them and all that stuff. And then they actually sat down and waited till I drew up everything. And then I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be right back. I go over on King in Vermont, you know, basically get something and like so they'll leave or whatever. But they was still there. He called me back up like, hey man, where you at? And I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm over here at the shopping center. He was like, man, get back over here. You got some clients over here. So I didn't show up. He called me back again, and then I went over there to continue with the joke, and I grabbed the girl's arm, no, her leg. No, it was that one I had did her arm. I had grabbed her arm, ready to do the tattoo, and I was about to put the needle to the skin. I was like, nah, I ain't never did no tattoo. And she's like, oh, hell no. So she wound up like, man, well, you know what? I trust you. I'll be your guinea pig. So when I had went ahead and did hers, the other homegirl seen it was like, oh, that's cute. Like, you know, can you do mine? So I was like, yeah, if he let you do it. So then he was like, yeah, go ahead. So he set up that gun for me. And then I went ahead and did hers. And then it was like making a joke about it. It was like, oh, yeah, you might as well sign your name on it. So my dumb ass signed my name on it, got in a big fight with my baby mama over it, and they went around the whole hood telling everybody who did it. So after that, everybody just started asking for tattoos, and then I had this one dude that was up in Hawthorne with me. He was already doing tattoos, but he had some spots that he couldn't reach, so he told me, he was like, man, look, since you learning, I'll let you practice on me. So I did a whole lot on him and got a little better, and then I got my own machine and I started doing it from there. When I did go to jail, when I went to prison, I was doing some prison tattoos and all that stuff. And then when I got out, and I see that I got a little better, but not that much better. But then when I actually went and did the 18 months in the county, I got way better.
So when you did that first tattoo in prison, were you a little nervous because now you in prison? So if someone don't like it's a different situation.
Yeah, it's real different because if you put any kind of B's or C's and whack them out, that's a fight. It's a fight with the person that's getting it, and it's supposed to be a fight with the person that's doing it. So we really didn't have nobody doing that in prison, but I was kind of nervous, but by that time I was already doing tattoos, and the dude, he was from Watergate, so we was real cool, and he was like a playful dude anyway, so I really didn't see that we was gonna have no fight over that. So I wasn't really worried about no consequences.
So then when you went to county jail on the second time you were on your way to prison, how were you able to do it? Because from what I understand, you're not even allowed to be in possession of this equipment.
Yeah, see, in prison we had basically a CD player motor, but in the county we had only limited stuff like the drawers that they give you. So I had to pull out the elastic from the underwear, the little thread from that, and then on top of that it's a stapler. We get the staples, you sit there, bend them certain little ways to where you can basically tape it down to the pencil, and the pencil's only like about this long. So I learned how to make a lot of stuff in jail. So I actually made a tube, and I put two pencils together. So my pencil's like this long. So I was tattooing off of long pencils, needle, thread, and burnt baby oil. You get the apple, you core it out, you take out the core, you pour some you core the apple out, you pour baby oil in there, you make a little stem, you burn it, and you put it like a little cover over it. Like we get the little papers and all that stuff, and make a cylinder, put a top on it, and basically all the soot, you scrape it off, put it up inside the any little bottle, whatever. I got the eye drop bottles, not the eye drop, the acne bottles. They never found it. Every time they searched, they never found it. So when I'm ready to sit there and do a tattoo, I just add the shampoo and then mix it up and get the work.
And is the staple basically your needle?
Yeah, the staple, you gotta sit there and put it on the one of them pencil erasers, the eraser to go on top of the pencil. You push the stapler through there and roll it on the ground, and it's gonna sharpen it. Once it gets sharp enough, then you go ahead and put in some solution. All the solution that you use to clean, they say it's supposed to like basically not hepatitis. What's that? Staph. It basically stop the staph spreading the staph and all that stuff. So you drop it in there, and it basically sterilizes it. Sit in the hot water and all that stuff, and then get the tattooing.
So how many tattoos do you think you did when you was in the county that second time?
Oh man, I had a few. I had a few of my little homies. They was getting tattoos. The homie, I basically did his whole arm in there, and then there was another dude from Diva Lane that I was doing, Baby Lane. That was funny because, like I said, you ain't supposed to whack out nothing. It was this dude that was from Inglewood Families. He told me he wanted a BFF, and I was like, why you want best friend forever on your face? He was like, nah, it's for blood fuck faggots. So I was like, cuz you tripping, like you gonna get in, there's gonna be one to come up in here. So that's what he got, and the next day, as soon as he got it, the next day, the dude that was next door that I was with, he came up in there and he was like, oh yeah, what's going on, man? Any enemies? And I was like, shit. And then my homie was like, yes, one right there on top of the bunk, he just got your hood whacked. So they wound up getting in the fight. He beat the hell out of the dude. And he was mad at me, but he wasn't tripping off of me. He was like, man, you know you're not supposed to do that. And I was like, yeah, I know. So that was the actual first time I seen somebody get a tattoo, especially one that I did, and get their ass whooped over it.
All right, so you was in the county for a little bit, but then they finally sent you to prison to finish out your sentence, right? On that second.
No, I was supposed to, but in the system it was talking about I got 2 years, but I only had 18 months. So I kept sending letters to my attorney. I kept calling my attorney. She never got back. And then when she did finally get back, she was like, yeah, so what prison are you at? I was like, I'm still in the county. I'm ready to curse her out and everything. But she was like, in the county? I thought she was going to prison. I was like, that's the same thing I thought. So I told her, looking at her paperwork, it's saying in the computer that I got 4 with half. But when she went in her paperwork, it said I got 3 with half. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I got. She was like, so why you doing 4 with half? I was like, I don't know. I'm asking you. So she actually did the recalculation and all that stuff, gave me my little 18 months. And I'm thinking that, okay, any day now, my level is going to go from a 0 to a 4, and I'm going to catch a chain and go to prison. But I did that whole time there.
I heard that a lot of people don't want to be in the county.
No, they don't. In prison, a case of noodles is like $7. But so you basically paying 35 cents for one pack of noodles. But in the county, one pack of noodles, just one noodle, is $125 or something like that. So it's real expensive. You gonna lose money. If you don't lose money, you're gonna lose money and your girl.
Okay, so then when you get out, your girl, your baby mama, your kid, your family, is everything there still waiting for you?
Nope.
What happened?
She got back with somebody else that she was in high school with and said I go to jail too much, and it's over with. This last time I went for a gun. I did 5 months. They impounded my car. Well, I had one of them camper vans. So I had one of them. I had all my tattoo equipment, my barber equipment. and there's some clothes up inside that. So when they impounded my vehicle, of course they auctioned it off, so I lost all that. So when I got out, I only had the clothes that was on my back. My mom took me to go buy some more clothes and all that stuff.
Over the years, your mom must have been a little disappointed with your visits to prison, your trips to prison. Do you feel like you let her down, and have you guys ever just talked about it?
I mean, I say I'm the family favorite because everybody love me in my family. I'm the funny one. I would say I'm the crazy one, but this other one's crazier than me. She like to believe that I'm the best child that she got, but you know, I tell her I keep it clean. I tell her I'm kind of wrong on certain areas, or I tell her when I'm messing up, or she tries to say, oh, don't say that. No, it is what it is. I'm messing up, or I'm about to mess up. I'm not going to change. I do that. So she be disappointed, but at the same time, she respect it. So as long as she respect it, and I keep it respectful with her, I try not to curse around her as much, you know. But I'm grown now, so I curse like a motherfucker. But yeah, you know, she proud of what I do, as in trying to, you know, become a better person and have my own business. But you know, she did help me out a lot, funding me with some money, and I just messed it up as if I had a gambling problem. And that's basically what gangbanging is. You got a problem, you gangbanging with your life. So it's just another way of gambling.
Do you think the police are still on your head? Because you mentioned earlier on that other case, they told your parole officer, yeah, we've been wanting him for a while for this and that.
I think they like, even to this day, the ones that I just met when I got out, they learned my name real fast and like, hey, Aikens, like, I just look at them like, man, I don't know you, like, don't be acting like I'm cool. Shit, it was the one lady Rapati, she the one that got paralyzed. She used to come over here with Myers and mess with me all the time. Shoot, I'd have cursed them out so much. That's what I used to think all the time. I was like, I don't think that I'm gonna die any kind of other way but by the police.
Now, Officer Rapati, that's a female.
Yeah, the female.
And she was out here. They were involved in an officer-involved shooting right around here at one
point.
Yeah,
right down the street.
And she got shot.
Yep.
And she got paralyzed.
Yep.
And according to them, she got shot by someone from 30s.
No, it was as far as I know, he wasn't no gang member. He was just a dude that was trying to rob the gas station or whatever he was trying to rob.
Oh, he wasn't from 30s, but it happened in the 30s.
Yeah. And the I'm gonna say it on camera. I think it was Myers. The dude actually had a 22, but when she got shot, you know, he ran up the stairs or whatever. So she tried to run in after him. So in the midst of that, Myers was already had the gun aimed at him and tried to shoot at him. So she got hit with a 40 or a 45, which is what he carried, either a 40 or 45. And she got hit at an upwards angle and it paralyzed her. So if dude is upstairs and he got a 22, how can she get hit in the back at an upwards angle if he's already upstairs?
So is there an official story that they blame it on dude?
Yeah, they blamed it on him. I heard they, I don't know for sure, but I heard they shot and killed him. And it was basically like a LAPD cover up. They didn't say nothing about it. I don't know if they dumped a 45 on him and to make it seem like that was what he had. I don't know. But, you know, they never really unveiled all that. But she used to roll through here messing with me so much, I wouldn't have complained on her. I'm walking across the street, just came from the park, about to go see my daughter. And they was just like rolling next to me. It was like, she'd chant my first name, he'd chant my middle name. And they just going back and forth, and then like, oh no, that's not Tony, that's Ari. She's like, no, that's not Ari, that's Tony. Or, you know, keep playing around, so just mess with me. And then they jumped out the car and tried to rough me up. And luckily, it was somebody that was actually that was in the house that came out with a video camera, like the same cameras that you got, and they recording the whole thing. So, you know, while they wrestling with me, and I'm like, man, y'all ain't finna just put my hands behind my back. And I basically, when they both tried to overpower me, I just stepped back and they kind of clashed heads. So once they bump heads, I see I'm like, oh, they really finna fuck me up now. So they actually got me to the ground. She had her knee in my head and this and that. And so he's standing over me, but then he looked to the side and seen everybody out there with the cameras. And he was like, he walked around to the car and act like he got on the radio and was like, hey, come on, we gotta go. We gotta go. And he was like, she's like, for what? We got him. And he's like, no. So he doing his head like this, like, so she looked up and seen all the cameras. So she was like, yeah, and let me go. But I know it's wrong, but when she got shot, I was hoping that she would have died. But you know, I used to hate them.
Thanks for watching StreetGangs.com. Please like and share the video you just watched and leave a comment below to tell us what you think. You can also watch 2 of our previous episodes to the right. Please visit the link to our Patreon page and support our campaign. And don't forget to subscribe.